Welcome to your yoga practice today. You can start sitting cross-legged, either on the ground or you can sit on a chair as well. Make sure your back feels nice and long. You're not tucking the tailbone under too much. You can always sit up on a cushion as well. And let's start today taking a deep breath in through the nose, releasing with a sigh through your mouth. You can close down your eyes or lower your gaze. And take a little bit of time at the beginning of your practice to feel your body and mind settle and be here with you for your practice. Immediately bring your attention to your breath and use that as an anchor, as giving your mind something to focus on rather than maybe the thoughts that are whirling around in your mind. That's not to say we're trying to push all the thoughts out, but we give them less of our attention and then they ease into the background. Take a moment just to notice how your body feels today, how you're feeling emotionally, mentally. It's not in a way that we need to judge how we're feeling, but acknowledging what's going on today, what's there today. This acceptance of how we feel, of what's going on around us. It's not going to change what's happening around us, but it does change our relationship to it. And right now, for the next while, you don't need to carry the outside world through your practice. You can be here, just you on your mat, working with your breath, with your body. Now start to deepen your inhalation and extend your exhalation. Feel as you're inhaling, expanding the belly, expanding the rib cage. And enjoying a long, slow, complete exhalation. As you exhale, feel the shoulders easing away from your ears. Today for our pranayam, our breathing exercises, we're going to do an alternate nostril breathing exercise. The hand position is first two fingers placed between your brow, and you'll be using your right thumb to close your right nostril and your ring finger to close your left nostril. The pattern will be a count of 4 for the inhalation, holding the breath, retaining the breath, closing both nostrils for a count of 8, and then exhaling the other side for a count of 8. Inhaling that other side for 4, holding for 8, exhaling for 8. It goes without saying that if you start feeling breathless or uncomfortable, take your hands down. You can also use this as a visualization breathing exercise, visualizing the breath one side, visualizing the breath the other side. So these are all possibilities. So placing index and middle finger between your brows. Take a deep breath in through both sides of your nose. Exhale completely, and at the end of your exhalation, close your right nostril and inhale left side for 1, 2, 3, 4. Close both nostrils, hold your breath. Exhaling right side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Close both nostrils, retain your breath. Exhale left side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale left, 1, 2, 3, 4, and retain. Exhale right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale right, 1, 2, 3, 4, and retain. Exhale left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale left, 1, 2, 3, 4, and retain. Exhale through your right nostril, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale right side, 1, 2, 3, 4. Last retention. Exhale left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let your hands rest on your legs and breathe fully through both sides of your nose. Keep paying attention to your breath. Start to bring a bit of a pace of breath into play that's going to stay with you for the whole practice. That steady inhalation, roughly similar length or even longer exhalation. And then take your left hand down to the ground beside you. Let your left ear relax towards your left shoulder. Right fingers reaching diagonally down towards the ground. We'll start today with a gentle neck release. So letting gravity do the work. The ear is releasing down towards your shoulder. You can bend a little to the side if that helps. And keep your right shoulder away from your ear. With every pose where we stay a little longer, there's micro adjustments that can sometimes be the difference between having a terrible time in the pose and having a lovely time in a pose. And in our yoga practice, we're always trying to find that good place, that good feeling in the pose, even if it's a challenging pose. A place where we can breathe with a steady pace of our breath, where we can observe what is going on the inside, what we feel in our body. If we're distracted by pain and discomfort and can hardly breathe anymore, then it's not going to be a good place. And we just need to adjust or ease back out. Use your right fingers to reach down to the ground, bring yourself upright. Left hand to your cheek, guide your head upright. Then resting right hand to the ground. Relax right ear to right shoulder. Reach left fingers diagonally away from your shoulder. Left shoulder staying down. This may feel completely different on this side. And again, the little micro adjustments may feel really good to find the spot that feels nice to stay in. Inhale, bring your body upright, right hand to your cheek, guide your head upright. After all that release of the neck, we don't want to hoist it back up again. Individually curling your fingers into a fist, thumbs on the outside, and then start to make very big circles into your wrists, one direction, and then we'll take it also in the other direction. Especially if you've been sitting down at a computer a lot, this should ease into the tops of the hands and the wrists. Bring the palms together in front of your chest, lifting elbows out to the side, sitting up tall. Separate your hands, press the hands out to the side. Again, individually, fingers curled into a fist, thumbs on the outside. Inhale to lengthen through your spine. Exhale, drop the knuckles down towards the ground. Releasing the fingers, palms facing towards the front of the room. This time, tuck your thumbs in, wrap your fingers on the outside. Inhaling, sitting up tall, exhaling as if you're pouring a jug out each side. And releasing hands down. Move your shoulders a little bit. I'm going to meet up in tabletop position. So with wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. We're going to ease into our shoulders and then into our spine, into our backs. Starting with some hip circles, circling in one direction, and then we'll be circling also in the other direction. Paying attention to your breath, making sure you're still working with your steady pace of breath. If you haven't already done so, take it now in the opposite direction as well. And then coming into tabletop position. Tabletop position is has a very neutral spine, so all of the natural curves are in place. For some people, there's more of a curve in one place or the other, but we're not arching and we're not rounding the back. From here, as you exhale, let your chest dip down towards the ground. See how my shoulders are pointing a bit more up towards the ceiling. I'm like hanging out between my shoulder blades. On your inhalation, lifting out from between your shoulder blades, like your chest is reaching up towards your spine. Exhaling, let the chest dip down. All the time the arms are straight. And inhaling, lifting away. So these are scapula press-ups. They don't need to be very extreme movements. I'm trying to exaggerate the movement so you can see what's happening. You can also take gentle movement here. Keep doing this a few more times with your breath. The inhalation is expanding between the shoulder blades, exhalation releasing chest towards the ground. Coming back into tabletop position, so you'll be halfway between those two extremes. Doing the same thing with our neck. As you exhale, as if your nose is trying to reach down to the ground. And as you inhale, the back of the head reaching up to the ceiling, like you're trying to give yourself a double chin. Exhaling, nose reaching down. Inhaling, back of the head reaching up. Let's take this a couple more times yourself. And then coming back into your tabletop position, so the neck and between the shoulder blades is a halfway place between those two extremes we just went to. On your next inhalation, tilt your pelvis, tummy dips down, lift your chin to look forward. Exhaling, rounding your back, chin comes towards your chest. Inhaling to tilt your pelvis, tummy down, look forward. This can be as big or small a movement as you wish. You're very much in control here. Easing into your spine, movement into your back. Exhaling to round the back. Coming back into your tabletop position. Inhaling, lifting belly and chest away from the ground. Exhaling, drop your left elbow to the mat. Keep right arm straight, look to the right. It's a little spinal twist. Inhaling, coming back to tabletop. Exhaling, right elbow down, look to the left. Inhale to lift up. Exhale, left elbow down, look to the right. Inhale to lift back up again. Exhale, right elbow down, look to the left. Inhale to lift up. Exhale, send your hips back towards your heels. Maybe flip your hands over. Let your head release down towards the ground. This doesn't feel great for knees or ankles. Remember, you can always be a little higher, resting a bit more weight into the forearms. On your inhalation, back to tabletop position. I'm going to do that same arching and rounding the back, but adding the lift of the foot. So on your inhalation, tilt your pelvis, tummy down, lifting right foot up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, slowly taking that right knee towards your nose. Inhaling, slowly lifting right foot up to the ceiling. It's a little tilt of the pelvis, tummy dipping down. You can draw your chest forward between your arms. Slow exhalation brings your knee towards your nose. Let's take one more. Inhaling to lift the foot up. Exhaling, rounding the back. This time keep the knee off the ground but beside your right knee. Next, inhalation opens right knee and foot to the side, shin parallel to the ground. Exhaling, slowly lower down. Inhaling to lift. If you move slowly, you're working your strength and control. If you move quickly, you're letting the momentum of the movement assist you. Neither is right or wrong. They're both different and you can do both. One more. Inhale to lift to the side. And exhale, knee down. Step your right foot forward between your hands, pressing foot and shin to the mat. When you've got your balance, inhaling to lift the arms up. Squeeze your left glute, draw tailbone down, lower belly lifts up, and then reach your hands towards the back of the mat. Start squeezing the shoulder blades together. So we're not arching the back, we're still trying to lift the front of the belly. So we're lengthening the front of the left side of the hip, but we're also easing into our shoulders, extending the shoulder joint, engaging the muscles between the shoulder blades. On your exhalation, release the arms. Two options for the next one, coming into spinal twist. Either left hand flat to the ground, right hand reaching up to the ceiling, or palms together, left elbow outside right leg, and then with the palms together, you can draw your spine into a twist to the right. So you're either here or here. Neither one is better than the other, but we usually have one that feels a bit better in our body. This one may also add a little bit more of a kind of a release or a stretch into the side of your hip. This one may have it may allow you to take yourself further into the twist. So they're just a bit different. Staying with your steady breath. On your exhalation, taking hands back down to the mat, foot goes back and again lifts into, it's called Vyakrasana, which is tiger pose. So feel like you're drawing your chest forward. Options here now to take left hand, reach with the thumb down, left hand reaching towards the right ankle. You may be reaching one towards the other, or you may be grabbing the ankle and pressing the front of the ankle slightly into your fingers. All options good. On your exhalation, hand and knee coming back to the mat. Send hips back towards heels. Rest your head down towards the ground. Just noticing the effect of all of these postures in your body. It may be that you feel one thing in one place on one side and another thing on another place on another side. On your next inhalation, you're back up to tabletop position. Inhaling to tilt your pelvis, tummy down, look forward. Exhaling, rounding your back, chin towards your chest. Adding the lift of the left leg, inhaling, tilting the pelvis, tummy down, left foot reaches up to the ceiling. Exhaling, rounding the back, knee coming towards your nose. Inhaling, lifting the foot up. So we're really working the glute muscles, the hamstring muscles, working a little bit into our back strength. Exhaling, rounding your back, knee to your nose. Inhaling to lift your foot up towards the ceiling. This time as you exhale, knee comes down beside the right knee but stays off the ground. Your next inhalation, lift left knee and foot out to the side, shin parallel to the ground. Exhaling to lower. See if you can take this next one really slowly with the full length of your inhalation, lifting the leg up. And the full length of your exhalation lowering down. You've got one more here. Inhaling to lift. Exhaling to lower. And then step your left foot forward between your hands. Squeezing the right glutes already, lifting arms up. You're squeezing actively the right glutes, but after that leg lift to the side, you can feel maybe around the left glutes, left side. Hands are reaching up. Then as you next exhale, send your hands down and back. Inhaling, drawing the shoulder blades together, reach the fingers diagonally down. Coming into our spinal twist, whichever variation you wish to take, either right hand flat to the mat, left hand reaching up to the ceiling, or with the palms together, right elbow coming to the outside of left knee, palms together, and you're drawing spine into spinal twist to the left, whichever option you're with. If you're in the option that I am in, keep pressing the foot and the shin into the mat to stabilize for your balance. As you exhale, take the hands back down to the mat. Left foot comes back, tabletop position. Next inhalation, left foot reaches back up towards the ceiling again. You can hold it here. Either keeping both hands on the mat or reaching right hand back towards that left foot, thumb is down. Oops. Maybe you're reaching hand towards foot, or maybe you're grabbing the ankle. Flex your left ankle. And then you can play around with gently pressing the front of the ankle into the fingers. On your exhalation, release hand, knee back down to the ground, hips back, let your head release down towards the ground. Again, observing in your body what you feel, what are the after effects of now balancing by doing all of those postures on the other side. So when you're ready, lift your body up and let's come up to standing. Bring your feet together, bring the legs together. It's not obligatory, you can do this without, but if you have a cushion, grab a cushion, fold it in half, and then place it between your thighs. Bring the feet together. This just gives you something to really squeeze against. You can feel that you're using these inner leg muscles rather than just the legs there. And then sometimes we forget about our legs. So if you have a cushion, you can use it between your thighs, squeezing the cushion tight. Also, feeling that you're engaging the muscles in your lower glutes, so around your sit bones. Hands down. On your inhalation, reaching the arms up to the ceiling. Turn the palms to face forward, exhaling, bending your elbows. As you bend your elbows, feel that you're drawing the shoulder blades slightly back. Inhaling to lengthen through the spine. Exhaling, spinal twist to the right. If you do have the cushion, because you're squeezing the thighs so much against the cushion, it stops the hips from also twisting. So think right hip bone forward, keep squeezing the glutes. So the spinal twist is around the back of the rib cage. Inhaling, coming back to center. Exhaling as if pressing against resistance, bring elbows and palms towards each other. From here, taking right elbow over left, hands to the shoulders or grabbing fingers or palms together. Inhaling to lift the elbows. Exhaling, shoulders down. Keep squeezing the cushion or between the legs. Inhaling to lift the elbows. Exhaling, bend your knees as if you're sitting back on an imaginary chair behind you. Keep engaging your glutes, so squeezing the glutes, squeezing the cushion. Inhale to lift up, and exhale to release the hands. Inhaling, arms reaching up. Exhale, take the hands down and back, options to interlace the fingers. Inhale to draw shoulder blades together, or just keeping the hands parallel. Exhale to release. Inhale, arms reaching up, palms facing forward. Exhale, bend your elbows. Inhale, standing tall. Exhale, spinal twist to the left. Think left hip bone forward as you do this. Inhaling, coming back to center. Exhale as if you're pressing against resistance, elbows and hands coming towards each other. Left elbow over right, palms together or grabbing fingers or hands on the shoulders. Inhaling, lift the elbows up. Exhale, relax the shoulders. Whatever variation you're in. Inhaling, elbows lift. Exhaling, sitting as if back onto an imaginary chair. Keep squeezing the cushion or the imaginary cushion between your thighs and engaging your glute muscles also. So squeezing the muscles around your sit bones. Inhaling to straighten the legs. Exhale, release the arms. You can say goodbye to your cushion. Come to, oh dear. Try not to break things in my house. Okay. Just woke up the cat as well. Come to the top of your mat. So as we do the first movement, it'll be a side bend. Try to keep the thighs squeezing together and engaging your glute muscles. On your inhalation, hands coming together above your head. Exhaling, sway to the right. Inhaling, coming back to center. And exhaling, sway to the left. Inhaling, coming back to center. Exhale, little bend in the knees, folding forward. Feel what's going on down the back of the legs today. More bending or less bending, depending on how it feels. Hands to shins or thighs, inhaling for halfway lift. Exhaling, little more bend in the knees so the hands can touch the ground. Inhaling, stepping the right foot back, warrior one position, so the foot is flat. Then lifting the arms up. As you exhale, reach the hands forward. Inhaling, sweeping arms open to the sides. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, hands come a little bit back. Exhaling, hands forward again. Inhale, hands sweeping down and back again, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Exhaling, arms forward. So this is all movement into the shoulders. Inhaling, opening to the side, releasing a bit into this minor pec muscle. Exhaling, hands coming forward. Inhaling, hands sweeping down and back. Exhaling, arms reaching forward. Taking the hands back down towards the ground, step your right foot back to the top, you're back in your forward fold. A little bit for back of leg strengthening. On your inhalation, sweep your arms out to the side, halfway lift up. Exhaling to lower. Going to do the same thing again, but you have the option of also lifting your right leg back. Inhaling, sweeping arms out to the side, halfway lifting. Maybe you're also lifting the leg. Exhaling, coming back into forward fold. Inhaling, coming all the way back up to standing. Exhaling, hands down. Inhale, palms together above your head. Exhale, sway to the left. Inhaling, coming back to center. Exhale, sway to the right. Inhaling, arms reaching up to the ceiling. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees so hands can come to the ground. Step your left leg back. When you've got your balance, inhaling, lifting the arms up to the ceiling, squeezing left glute. Exhale, arms reaching forward. Inhaling, arms opening to the sides, start to squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhaling, arms back to the front. Inhaling, hands sweeping down and back. Slight lift of your chest and chin. Exhaling, arms reaching forward. Slow movement. Inhaling, opening arms to the side, look up. Exhale, hands forward. One more. Inhaling, hands reaching down and back. Exhaling, arms back to the front. Take hands back down to the ground, stepping left foot back to the top. That halfway lift. On your inhalation, sweep the arms out to the side, lift the chest, look forward. Exhaling, lowering down. Options to add, lifting the left leg. Inhaling, sweeping arms out to the side, lifting the chest. And exhaling, lowering back down. Inhaling, coming all the way back up to standing. Exhale, hands down. Give the legs a little shake. We'll continue sun salutation based. This time we'll make it down to our tummies for some strengthening work on the back. On your inhalation, hands reaching up. Exhaling, folding forward. You know, if you have any discomfort in the back, bending the knees, walking hands down the legs can help. Inhaling for halfway lift. Exhaling, hands to the ground, stepping back either into plank or plank with knees on the ground. The action that we did at the beginning, inhaling to lift belly and chest away from the ground, back of the head also. Exhaling, bend your elbows, lowering all the way down to the ground. Hands reaching alongside your body. Inhaling to peel the chest off the mat, lift your legs, lift your arms. Exhale to lower. Take your elbows under your shoulders, forearms parallel to each other. Feel that you're squeezing the muscles around your sit bones. And again, that scapular press up effect, lifting out from between your shoulder blades. Press the forearms into the mat. From here, bend your right knee, flex your right ankle, bringing heel towards your hip. So feel like you're pressing your right hip bone strongly into the ground. You have the option to stay here, or pressing the left forearm into the mat, reach your right hand towards that foot, thumb is facing down, that same shoulder extension. Maybe you're reaching towards the foot, maybe you're holding the ankle. However you are, keep engaging the glutes and pressing the hips into the mat. On your exhalation, taking right forearm and foot back down to the mat. Lower yourself down. Hands coming behind shoulders, tuck the toes under. Either lifting into tabletop position, or if you're feeling like an extra challenge today, you can lift into plank. So either that or you're lifting into tabletop position. From plank or tabletop, tuck the toes under, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a moment to make sure that your breath is still with you in that steady pace. Slow and steady inhalation and exhalation. Next inhalation, step your right foot forward between your hand, drop left knee to the mat, untuck the toe. Inhaling, lifting the hands up to the ceiling. Maybe there's a slight lift of the chest, maybe the hands are reaching slightly back. Exhaling, hands coming back down to the mat, tuck the left toes, coming back to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhaling, coming all the way back up to standing. And exhaling, hands coming down. Let's keep going. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale for halfway lift. Exhaling, bend the knees, stepping back into plank or plank with knees on the ground. Inhaling, lifting belly and chest away from the ground. Exhaling, lowering all the way down. Elbows under shoulders, forearms parallel. Inhaling to lift out of between your shoulder blades. Notice if your chin is reaching forward or if you're lifting very high or down. Try to maintain length in the back of the neck. Bending left knee, flex left ankle, bring heel towards hip. Keep squeezing your glutes, pressing the hips down. And then option to take right hand, reaching back, thumb facing down. Oh, sorry, not right hand. Left hand reaching back towards your left ankle. That totally wasn't working. Either you're holding the ankle or reaching towards the ankle. If you're holding the ankle, you can put a little bit of pressure, the front of the ankle into the fingers. These are all good options. And you know, if having elbows under shoulders doesn't feel great, take your elbows a little bit wider. Hand and foot coming back down to the mat, slowly lowering yourself down. Take the hands behind the shoulders. Inhaling, either lifting up into plank or into tabletop position. And as you exhale, taking the hips up and back, downward facing dog. On your next inhalation, step the left foot forward between your hands, right knee to the mat, untuck your toes. Inhaling, arms reaching up to the ceiling. Keep drawing, keep squeezing the right glute, lifting the front of the hips. Maybe a little lift of the chest. Exhaling, hands coming back down to the mat. Tuck your right toes back to the top of your mat. Little bend in the knees. Inhaling, coming all the way back up to standing. And exhaling, hands coming down. So we're going to be starting and ending the next one with a balance. If you want to position yourself near a wall already, because it's not about balance, but we need to do this on one foot so there is a balance. So either have a chair or a wall nearby just for support, and then you can be more focused on what's happening in the pose rather than being very focused on whether the balance is there or not. So we're going to come into lifting the right foot off the ground and starting that with the feet together. Feel yourself swaying between the 2 feet. So feeling when the weight is equally distributed between the 2 feet. And then when you sway one side, it lightens the other side. Next time you sway into the left foot and lighten the right foot, stay there. So what we're trying to do is that when we lift the foot, we don't drop the hips. Swaying into the left foot. And then keeping the hips level, bend your right knee, bring your right heel towards your hip. Hands can be on the waist or in front of your chest, or holding the wall. Notice what happens when you stick your bum out versus then when you press the hip bones forward. The difference, the feeling is in your glutes and in your hamstrings. And then step that right leg back. We're back in our warrior 1 position. On your inhalation, reach the hands up. Exhaling, hands coming down. Inhale, reach the arms back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. And now bring the torso forward, but the chest is reaching forward. I need to move away from my wall. Going to come into a balancing on that left leg. So lifting the right heel, taking more weight into the left foot. Keep reaching the chest forward. When you feel the weight is almost in the left leg, bend your right knee. So both knees are now bent. Keep reaching chest forward. Now take your left hand either forward onto a wall or pinching the finger, reaching it up. This right hand thumb down is reaching towards right ankle. Maybe this is where we're staying, or maybe you're grabbing the ankle, flexing the toes, the ankle. This is almost in our dancer's pose. Now we can start to straighten out left leg. Reach the chest forward and up. And maybe pressing the front of the ankle into the hand so the knee lifts away and the foot slightly lifts up. All the time it's the lengthening down the front and the extension of the spine. Keep breathing with your steady pace of breath. This is all options in the pose. So you may be here. These are all variations and they're all good options. You're listening to your body. On your next exhalation, wherever you are, right foot comes back down to the mat. I'm going to take the same thing on the other side. So palms coming together or using your wall. Feel the weight distributed equally between both feet and then sway into the right foot, lightening the left foot, bend your left knee. You can feel the difference between this and pressing the hips forward. Feel the effects in that muscle. And then stepping that left leg back, coming into our Virabhadrasana 1, which is warrior 1 position. Reaching the arms up to the ceiling. And then taking the arms down and back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Draw your chest forward. So rather than just folding forward, feel like you're lengthening through the spine and the chest is reaching forward. Lift your left heel. Not need to move away from a wall again. When you feel the weight coming into your right foot, when it's there, bend your left knee. So all the weight is in the right foot. You're balancing on your right foot. At this point, right hand can come onto chair or wall. Left hand is reaching towards that left ankle. Flex the left ankle. See if you can reach it or just keep reaching towards it. And then taking it into our dancer pose, stretching the right leg. Maybe the knee is staying here. Maybe you're lifting the foot slightly more. Maybe you're lifting this hand off the wall. All variations. Keep breathing in the pose. On your next exhalation, releasing left foot back to the mat again. Inhaling, arms reaching up. Exhaling to fold forward. Hands to thighs, inhaling for halfway lift. Exhaling, bend your knees, hands to the ground, stepping back into tabletop position. Inhaling, gently tilting the pelvis, tummy down. Exhaling, tucking tailbone under, gently rounding your back. Take one more like that. Inhaling, looking forward, tummy dipping down. Exhaling, rounding your back, chin towards your chest. Coming back into tabletop position and send your hips back towards your heels. Head coming down towards the ground. So that was a lot of work so far on the back of your body. As you breathe in this position, feel the expansion of the back of the body as you inhale. And feel that sense of release and surrender towards the ground on your exhalation. Okay, coming back up to tabletop position, I'm going to add in one more. It's a bit more of a challenging one. So I have no idea which way you're all facing, so I think I'm going to mirror it. Open your left foot 90 degrees to the side. Take your weight, no, let me say that again. Open your right foot 90 degrees to the side. Take your weight into your right hand and stretch your left leg along the mat. So if you're facing this way, this is the left side, this is the right side. Reach your left hand up towards the ceiling. So notice if your hips are trying to reach towards the wall behind you, can you press the hip bones forward? So this is sort of a variation of that standing up position where we brought the heel towards our hips. Except we have a side bend going on as well. Take your hands to your waist. So everything from now on is all optional variations. You can stay exactly here, or you can play around with lifting that right foot off the ground. Maybe you're happily staying here, or you can play around with bending your right knee, bringing heel towards your hip. Maybe you're staying here, or right hand with that hand reaching towards your ankle, just like we did when we were lying down or when we were just standing up. If you're grabbing your ankle, flex the ankle, and now pressing the hips forward and reaching the knee towards the end of your mat. Notice which way your body is trying to send you to the ground, like whether you're trying to, your body wants you to fall back or forward. See if you can counteract that by stabilizing with little micro adjustments. We're never completely steady like a statue in a pose. We're constantly micro adjusting. On your exhalation, let's reverse out in the way that we came in. So we take our hand away, we stretch the leg back out again. We bring that foot back down to the mat, so we're collecting anyone along the way if you've stopped at a certain place. And then this hand, taking it back down towards the ground, bring the knee back in, bring the knee to the ground. And swing hips from side to side, maybe coming back into child's pose for a moment. I'm going to switch sides just so I don't have my back to you for the second side. Coming back up into your tabletop position. This time you're swinging your left foot 90 degrees out to the side. Take the weight into your left hand and reach your right leg along your mat. The sole of the foot is flat and the toes are facing forward. Reach your right hand up towards the ceiling. So if this is happening, the hips are going back, just see if you can guide the hip bones slightly further forward. It goes without saying that if this just feels really horrible, take a seat, sit cross-legged. We will meet you there in a moment. You don't need to do anything that involves pain and discomfort. Okay, now we have options along the way. Either you're staying here or taking hands to the waist and playing around with lifting up that right foot. Maybe you're staying here or bending right knee, bringing heel towards hip. Maybe you're reaching the right hand towards your ankle. Maybe you're grabbing the ankle, flexing the toe. And then if you are here, think about drawing the hip bones forward, feeling the opening down the front of the body. And then let's come out of it in reverse order. Release the foot, straighten the leg, arm up, foot back down, hand back down, turning the knee back in, back to tabletop position. Hips back towards heels, easing out the back. And then if there was anyone who sat and watched that part, and sitting on the ground, we're all going to join you now. So coming into cross-leg position. If you did go into that, notice the feeling around the glutes as you sit in a cross-leg position. So bringing the knees together, soles of the feet together, hug the knees to your chest, and then take your hands behind you. Feet a little bit open to the side, knees also. Inhaling to sit up tall, exhaling, drop the knees down towards the right side. Inhaling, lifting the knees up. Exhaling, dropping knees down towards the other side. Inhaling to lift up. Exhaling, knees down to the right side. Inhaling, lifting the knees up. Exhaling, knees down to the left side. Just easing out after those movements. Inhaling, lifting the knees back to center, bring feet a bit closer. So you're very much in control of the next movement. Your hands can be far, feet can be far or closer. Take right ankle across left knee, right knee opens to the side. So as I said, you don't need to be in a place where you're on the edge. So that's just sliding the feet away, take the hands away, it takes away the intensity. Or if you're like, oh, need a little bit more, lifting the foot and the hands closer towards each other. Wherever you are, try to lengthen through your spine. Option also, if you wish, it might feel nice, only do this if it feels nice, dropping the outside of your left leg and right foot down towards the ground. Inhaling, coming back up again, and take your right foot back to the mat. Let's do the same thing on the other side. With no expectation it will feel the same on the other side, so you might need to adjust the feet and hand positions on this side. Left ankle across right knee. Left knee opens to the side. Knee could be here, it really doesn't matter, it's just everyone will be different. Inhaling to sit up tall. Notice if you need to adjust your foot position in any way. And exhaling slowly, the outside of that right leg and the left foot coming down towards the right side, if you wish. Inhaling, coming back up to center, exhaling to release. We're coming to lie flat on the mat, and this is the last position before we have our Shavasana. If you feel you might like a blanket or a pillow for when we're in our final relaxation, you can grab that now. And then we'll come to lie on the mat for final asana, final posture, which today is going to be spinal twist. Arms reaching out to the side. Either take your knees to your chest and then drop the knees down to the right side, or keep the soles of the feet on the ground and drop the knees down to the right side. Again, one is not better than the other. It's not like one is more advanced, it's just different. And for some people, one of them is like the most lovely thing ever, and for another person, that's awful, and the other one is the one that they prefer. So take the one that feels better. Remember also, little micro adjustments are the difference between having a terrible time in the pose and finding our way to be in our good place. Maybe you want to close down your eyes, still breathing with your steady pace of breath. Feeling what you feel in your body. And then gently easing out of the twist to the right, bring the knees back up to center. And guide yourself into the same pose to the left side. So knees are dropping down towards the left side of your body. I did say to have the arms out to the side, but of course you can adjust the position of the arms, maybe taking it across the body, up above your head. It's really up to you. You can think about your yoga practice as the practice of being in the present moment and responding intelligently and mindfully to the suggestions that I make. Feeling how things feel in your body, making those little adjustments, making those decisions about what you are going to do or not do. Working out where you're going to be today in a particular pose, in that spectrum between this end feels really easy for me and this end is super challenging. We're never going to be probably at either end in the extreme, but where we are between ease and challenge, it can vary. Sometimes we need more of the end of the ease, and sometimes we need more of the end of the challenge. But there's also, we shouldn't be thinking every time I need to challenge myself as much as possible. Coming out of the twist on that side, and then guide yourself into the position you'd like to take for your final relaxation. Knees can be bent, legs stretched, arms wherever you like. When you're settled, take a deep breath in, sigh your breath out. And this is your practice. And so for the last couple of minutes of your practice, let yourself not need to do anything or think about anything. In the greater scheme of things in your day, this last minute and a half, 2 minutes, it's okay to do nothing. Your body feel heavy on the ground. Consciously relax all of those muscle groups that we've been working hard today. Let your your mind relax. Don't need to concentrate on anything anymore. And let your breath be however it wants to be. And now slowly start to deepen your breath. Start to move your body. Might be fingers, toes, any other part of your body, around the shoulders, your head. Maybe even giving yourself a full stretch. With each breath, your body is becoming more and more alert and awake and ready for whatever the rest of your day brings. And you might have a plan for the rest of your day, but it's still filled with possibility. You can roll over onto your side, bring yourself back up to seated again. And we'll close our practice, bringing palms together. Take a deep breath in and sigh your breath out. Feeling how you feel right now. And sending that gratitude towards yourself for including a practice of yoga in your day today. And from me to you, my thanks. Namaste.